Hey everybody, so welcome back to the channel. We are getting this garden ready to plant. The kids and I have taken, a lot of time to work on knowing exactly what we want to plant. This is our newest garden bed right here, and I am just raking the soil in there. Now, we just put soil in this garden bed. I probably should have included that video footage into here with this video, but anyway, we got that bed set up. It's a much deeper bed than the two we previously had done. So we just went to Walmart and we bought some Miracle Grow soil for vegetables that would go in ground, and then I put in some manure, and then we're just raking it out. We probably had to put, I think there's at least 12 bags of soil. Now, we got some free. There's at least 12 bags of soil in this particular bed because, like I said, we had gotten some free a while back and we just put it in. So then we went ahead and put in some of the plant food, and here I am just watering the bed down to make that soil a little bit more pliable and moist, so that when we get ready to put our plants in, they would go in the ground much easier. And of course, here's Alana getting in on this soil action. She's just helping mom out. I'm so thankful to have my kids who always seem to just come through. It doesn't matter what I'm doing, they're usually always right there. Of course, Jackson is off camera. Oh, there he is. So now he's measuring out for us. Last year we did the string where we measured off we did the square foot garden. So this time, instead of doing the string, he's just measuring it, so we'll know exactly where we need to plant our plants. And then he's doing a good job there. And here, of course, is mom just using this. I got this attachment from work. We have this like little ordering service that comes to work, and you can order these little things. So here I am now. We got some starts. So we're doing tomatoes and peppers from starts instead of from seed. Like, I just don't have time to start my own seeds, and I'm okay with that. I'm gonna live my best life, knowing my limitations. I think that's one of the things about gardening for me. This is a novice hobby for me and the kids, and we really enjoy it because it gives us, like I said, time to be together. And y'all, here's my true reality. I should not ever wear yoga pants in life. It should just not be a thing. But I was not going anywhere. I was just around the house and in the yard, and that's what I have for yard clothing. But I really need to either get longer shirts or no yoga pants. I think I own 2 pairs of shorts, period. But that's neither here nor there. Here we are still planting. We're doing cherry tomatoes, and I think that was a pepper plant. I also planted some onions. So we're just finishing up. I think I did 4 cherry tomatoes. I've got a couple cages coming from some friends of mine. They're going to let me have those. And I went to Walmart to look for some, but they didn't have the ones that I wanted. I wanted this square trellis kind for my cucumbers, and I didn't find any of those. But like I said, that's a bigger bed than the other 2. It sits up 1 more tier higher. And so, of course, we're just putting a little plant food into each hole as we set in the start. And then we watered really, really well, watering again. And then what Jackson's doing is he's putting out some fabric, yard fabric, so that we can put something else in that space. Now, last year I had a netting around the whole garden. I think I'm out of netting, or I can't find it. So I do want to put like maybe a little mini fence around the garden, definitely to keep any critters out. We do have cats that roam around our yard, way more cats than we had last year. They just roam free, and people let their cats run around. and I don't want any cats getting in my garden. As it is, somebody pokes their little head in the garden when she thinks mom is not looking. So right here I'm planting onions. I'm not really sure if you're supposed to plant tomatoes and onions in the same bed, but that's just what I had going on at the time. And we chose this time to do the tomatoes and the peppers in the bed so that we would hopefully yield a lot more than we did in the containers. We did pretty good in the containers, but I still wanted to give the beds a try to see if we could especially get our cherry tomatoes going. And so back there, Jackson is moving. If you look way back, he's getting the kiddie pools out. We're going to use kiddie pools for rotating radishes, and we're also using them for strawberries. So again, I'm just watering. I know it seems like a lot of watering, but we have not, had a good rain, and we want to make sure that the soil below that top soil is nice and wet. So here we are working. These are the original garden beds that we had before. Oh, nope, going back to the kiddie pools. So we're doing strawberries in the kiddie pools. So we're just gonna have to readjust because we had a lot of, that soil was pretty heavy. It's 2 cubic feet. And so here you see that we don't have our, and the reason we put them on risers is because when we water, we want to make sure that there's drains, because there are drain holes in the kiddie pools. We put holes in them last year. The only thing we noticed is that we didn't do well in the kiddie pools with crops that needed more root room. So we tried to pick things that wouldn't need as much root room. And so again, we picked strawberries. We don't know if they will work or not, but we're gonna give it a go. And we just decided we wanted to make sure that we had everything nice and healthy. So we definitely wanted to make sure we put some of that black cow manure in each new bed as we begin to put our plants in. I just felt like, hey, we were just gonna make sure we do our part to make everything as healthy as possible. So that's what we did there. Then we moved over. Now, these are the original garden beds that we had. Now, I already know, so please don't come for me. One thing that we didn't do in this bed that I should have done, and it's because I just wasn't thinking, because in the first bed, you saw us just put soil on and go. Well, we had not too long before that put new soil in there. Now, the soil that's underneath what we're putting on top of now, we probably should have tilled it a little bit, but I don't have a tiller. And but I could have found a way to just kind of break up that soil a little bit. So we did try to water it down very, very well before we planted anything in here. We didn't plant anything the first day anyway. And so I'm just watering it down, hoping to penetrate some of that packed down soil. The same in the other bed as well. Now that is our kale that went to seed. So Jackson's just pulling that out. We probably could have taken that kale off the stems and used it, because those leaves were very, very nice for harvesting. But they had been out there for a long time, and we just didn't even, I was like, you know what, we'll pull it up, no problem. It'll be perfectly fine. And it was all good. So again, I'm just using this water hose with this extension. We actually couldn't get the extension off to put the regular hose extension. I was using that to wash the car the other day, but I couldn't get that one off. It took some effort to get that one off. So again, just hosing it down really, really well to make sure that, we're going to be able to have that soil underneath. And when the plants start, you know, penetrating that, it will definitely go to that bottom layer of dirt. Now, all right, you guys, so we're done with what we're doing today. We got all the tomatoes and peppers planted. Feel much better about having them in the raised beds. Maybe the tomatoes will do a little bit better than they did last year. And then on this end, we have onions. So I hope it was okay to do those two together. I just did. Then in these two, we have strawberries. I saw Roots and Refuge do strawberries in kiddie pools, so I'm gonna pray that it's a good idea. We watered the grapevine. And in these two beds, all we did was prep them. I'm letting some water soak there before we do some of the seed planting tomorrow. We just need to let them soak because they're so dry. And I'm going to wet them down again tomorrow. And we'll clean that one out just a little bit more. Getting some of those old dead leaves and things out. But I'll clean those out tomorrow. We did move this table that we're not using quite yet in the backyard as just a prep table. So it works out fine there. And we can always move it back if we need it for eating. And it's glass, like that plastic, so we can hose it down. But anywho, that's what the kids and I have going on today in the garden. If you like the video, thumb it up. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye now.